What if you knew exactly what to do every week for the next 90 days to grow your business? No more guessing, no more spinning your wheels. In this video, I'm going to give you the entire full roadmap, the 90-day action plan that I just shared with our live customers. Hi, I'm Johnny Scott, founder of Prestige Rep, and I've been helping local businesses scale their companies to multiple seven figures per year for the last 10 years. And what you're about to watch is a replay of one of our weekly open office hours calls that our customers have access to when they join the Growth Flywheel System. In today's call, we are going over the 90-day action plan. Since it's the first day of the fourth quarter, we thought this was the perfect time to review the action plan and make sure all the steps are being taken to end the year very strong. So have a look at the replay and hope you get some value and will implement what you learned today into your business. Now let's get to the action plan. Today is the first day of the fourth quarter, and we want to go over the 90-day action plan that comes in the Growth Flywheel System. This will be the perfect time and opportunity to go over that since it's the first day of the fourth quarter and a great way to get started fresh and make sure that you have everything in place that you need. The action plan on in the Growth Flywheel System is the step-by-step blueprint that you all go through when you go through the program. After you finish the program, this is the blueprint you'll follow to make sure that you have everything in place week by week and understand exactly what you should be doing and what phase throughout the 90 days. Let's go over it and talk about the 90-day Growth Flywheel action plan. So, this 90-day action plan is designed to help you systematically implement the Growth Flywheel system, moving your business from relying on referrals to achieving predictable and sustainable growth. This plan is broken down by three phases of the Growth Flywheel system: the attract phase, the engage, and the delight phase, incorporating the key strategies discussed in the Growth Flywheel system course. And so this action plan is spread out over 90 days, but we encourage you to get it done much faster. The sooner it's installed, the sooner your business and you benefit. You could complete everything in 45 days if you have multiple steps going at once. This is extremely doable, nothing out of reach. And we highly encourage it to get it done within 45 days to get this off the ground. But the goal is to get everything done with no excuses so you don't get overwhelmed. If it takes you the full 90 days, so be it. It will be done and your business will benefit greatly from installing the system. The point of the plan is just to make sure that you have it completed in 90 days to stay on track. Let's start with phase one. Phase one is really the internal foundation and your sales process. What are you guys doing inside of your business? What is the sales process? What are you selling? Things like that. So this initial phase focuses on solidifying your business's core and optimizing your internal sales process to ensure you're ready to attract and convert new leads effectively. So day one, you want to purchase Prestige Rep. You guys should already have that purchase down, but step one that you want to complete. That is central to everything that you have going on in the system. That is your hub and central location for everything. First thing, days 1 through 7, you want to define your business type. What type of business? Who are you serving? Are you serving B2B, which is business to business? Are you serving business to consumer? Or are you doing both? And you want to clearly define who your business type is and who your ideal customer is. You want to develop a detailed customer profile, including demographics, psychographics, and behaviors. You want to know who your customers are, where they hang out, what type of content they consume, what do they read, maybe music preference, things like that. You want to understand your customer as deeply as possible. And we go over that in the course as well. You also want to take this opportunity through days 1 through 7 is to audit your current sales process. Document your existing lead capture, nurturing, and closing methods. How are you getting leads in the door? What happens to them? Are they booking an appointment? Or if they don't close on that first appointment, are you putting them through a nurturing sequence so that they understand to come back and see you when they are ready? And are you trying to improve your closing rate of those sales, of those leads coming in? You want to audit that process in the first week of starting your 90-day action plan. So you want to identify some bottlenecks or areas where leads are lost. And I would tell you, just For doing this over 10 years, the nurturing part is the section where most local businesses struggle. And this is like one of the first things we implement when we get systems set up. But this section here is where most people don't focus. They only focus on attracting and capturing. All right, so days 8 through 10, your problem solution mapping. So you want to list out 3 common problems your customers are facing and match them with your business solutions. A lot of times I have customers who come in who only really just have one core offer. And that's fine, but you really want to have at least 3 different offers specifically for different price points that you want to have your customers, because people who just met you, it's going to be very hard to get them over the hump of buying a really expensive product from you when they just met you. If your offer is a free consultation to come in for that, and you're trying to sell them a $5,000 package, that's a heavy sale. In marketing, we call it, in sales, we call it a one call close. For most people who aren't really trained in sales, that's a really heavy lift and a hard ask. But if you have something that's a lower ticket item, maybe a one-time purchase that, that you put out there that, is not so much of a heavy sale, and they get some value out of it, then they can feel more comfortable going up your value ladder and getting to your core offer. So you want to list out the common problems and match them to different solutions. And then you want to have a different price point to attract different people in different phases of the process. And then days 11 through 21, you want to enhance your lead capture. So you want to implement or optimize higher converting forms and funnels on your website and landing pages. But you want to make sure that you have at least a website, at least bare minimum a one-page website to send your prospects to, so they can learn a little bit more about you and your services that you offer, as well as that's typically where you're going to be sending ads to when people click over and come from your either Facebook or Google ads. You want to consider implementing 2-step opt-ins. That is to get people on your email list so that you can nurture them through the process of educational content based upon what you offer, and to stay top of mind and keep your name and brand in front of them as much as possible. That is really the name of the game, is being in front of your prospects longer than your competitors, so that when they're ready to buy, they know exactly who they're going to come and talk to. The next section there, you want to explore additional channels for lead capture. You want to have some interesting ways of using QR codes, whether it's on your business cards, on your wrapped vehicles, on flyers that you may be handing out, or any marketing material you may be handing out. Let's say you go to a local Chamber of Commerce event and you have just some quick, maybe postcard style information pieces that you can put out. Using QR codes is a great way to get them to scan it right there on site and go to your website and get maybe your lead magnet that you might be putting out there. You want to make sure that you have your Google business profile set up with calls to action. Typically that's book an appointment. With Prestige Rep, you can connect the calendar system to your Google business profile. So people who are out there researching you, they can go directly to your Google business profile and actually book an appointment. A lot of you guys may not even know that's a functionality, but that is inside of Prestige Rep. So the action that you want to do these days of 11 through 21st, you want to set up your high converting forms and landing pages. You want to implement 2-step opt-ins. You want to use the pre-built funnels inside of Prestige Rep. We have thousands of templates that you can use for your specific needs, whether it's you're giving out a free lead magnet page. You can get started with the content library that's inside of Prestige Rep. That is days 11 through 21 for the enhanced lead capture. And then we want to talk about your competitor analysis. You want to identify 3 competitors in your area that may be offering the same thing that you're offering, and just to see what's out there in the market and what you're up against if someone is looking to shop around or price compare, things like that. You want to analyze their offerings, what they're offering, their pricing structure, and their customer engagement. You can do that looking at their social media, any content that they're putting out there, if they're replying to reviews. These are all analysis that you can put in into your strategy that's going to give you a competitive edge and leg up on them as well. You want to determine your unique selling proposition and how you will win. How are you going to take what your competitors are doing and add in some more value to that? If you're only competing on price, it's just going to be a race to the bottom, and customers are just going to go to the cheapest person based upon what you're offering. But if you're offering value on top of that, then you don't necessarily have to be the cheapest. And I'll give you an example. I had a client who was running a deck building campaign, and with every new deck that they built, they threw in a free grill. And so that was a nice value add for someone who's just getting a fresh deck on their house, and now they got a fresh new grill to go with that deck. So it's just little things like that. What value can you add on top of that? Just going to sweeten the deal. So days 22 through 30, finalize your internal foundation strategy. You want to consolidate all of your findings into a clear business strategy document. You can just use a Word document or Google Doc or note-taking system just to write down what your strategy is going to be and have a place where you can reference it over time just to keep you on track. Because even though we're writing this down today, in 120 days, 180 days, there's things you're going to forget. And that's exactly why we're going over this 90-day action plan right now, is to make sure you guys are on track and you understand what steps you might have skipped or holes that you need to plug in the process. How we're going to automate our lead nurturing process. This is really important because, like I said before, the lead nurturing process is where most local businesses and really businesses in general lack. And they're only looking to attract new customers and new leads. I need more leads. I need more customers through the door, not understanding if you talked to 10 people last month, only 2 of them bought. What happened to those 8 other people? They may not be ready to buy today. They may be ready to buy in 6 months, 3 months, a year. Do you have a lead nurturing process in place that's going to help them understand exactly what you offer and are ready to buy later on down the road? The problem is it can be very time intensive if you're just chasing leads around. If you're calling people, trying to follow up, trying to get them booked back into your calendar, you can get burned out really fast. And the power of using a software like Prestige Rep is you can automate the lead nurturing process. So let's say you have an appointment today, they don't close today. You follow up with them a couple days later, they're not ready to close. Okay, cool. Throw their name into the automated lead nurturing process that you have set up. Let the system send those emails and those text messages out to them automatically to keep you top of mind and to give them additional value. So when they are ready, you're the first name that they think of, and they're not going to look to your competitors. Why? Because your competitors are just not doing this. So it's one of the easiest ways to maximize your lead generation process for someone who may not have closed today. So days 22 through 30 in the process, we want to set up automated email and text message sequences for new leads. You want to personalize messages to address specific interests or pain points. You want to plan to mix educational content with sales messages. You don't want to just be bombarding people with sales by now. You want to mix in some educational content, some quick tips, some hacks, some good information that they can actually take and use. So you want to build this inside of Prestige Rep. We show you that exact process inside the program, as well as inside the Learn Prestige Rep training course, how to set up your automation. Days 22 through 30, we want to refine your closing strategies. So we want to implement a smart appointment booking system or use an AI-driven booking process. So with the AI features in Prestige Rep, you have the voice AI where prospects call in. The voice AI can actually speak to them in a human tone conversationally and get them booked onto your calendar, as well as we have conversational AI. So if someone messaged you on, let's say, Facebook, your conversational AI can actually take over the conversation and understand what they're saying and get them booked onto your calendar. Same works for text messages. If you set up your text messaging through Prestige, the conversational AI can take all of that back and forth off of your plate and get those prospects booked into your calendar. So that's another step that's going to take a lot of time off of your plate and put it into a system that has no problem getting your leads and prospects connected to your calendar or booked in your calendar. The next thing is want to gather and integrate testimonials or guarantees to overcome objections. You want to make sure that you have these set up. I'll give you an example of one client that's utilizing this. When they have the automated review request set up after an appointment is booked, because they sell on-site services. So people come into their office, get the service done, and then at 24 hours after the appointment, the review request goes out to the prospect, asking them how was the service, and to leave them a review on, in this case, mostly Google. And it's completely done automatically. We set it up once, and it's after every appointment, 24 hours, it goes out. It's done automatically. This client has generated hundreds and hundreds of testimonials in the past 6 months. And when people search for them on Google and they see how many reviews they have, it is an absolute no-brainer that they're going to go visit this business, and that's where they're going to get their service done. In addition to those reviews being automated to send out the request, after the reviews come in, the reviews are automatically streamed to their website and they're automatically shared to social media. So not only are they automating the review generation process, but they're actually increasing the conversion rates of people who come to their website and people who are researching them on social media. So they'll see those hundreds of reviews coming in, and it's just a no-brainer. So those are three outlets that people, because that's what people do, they're going to research you before they reach out and talk to you. And you have three places that are automatically promoting your business and showing how wonderful you are. So you want to make sure that those systems are set up within the first 30 days of your action plan. You want to simplify the buying process. What is the steps that someone is going through to actually purchase from you? Are there 10 steps, or is there a bunch of hoops they have to go through? Are they signing contracts? What's the sales process, and can you simplify that? Can you move it down to just a couple steps? Are you using the documents and contract section inside of Prestige Rep, which allows you to send and get digital signatures from your customers? So no more back and forth trying to get them to sign a contract or whatever you need them to sign. You don't have to set an appointment. You literally just send them a link of the document and they sign it, and you get a digital copy of it, and both parties get a digital copy, and you don't have to do anything as far as setting up an appointment and doing the back and forth. It makes the process really simple. Even if you need to collect payment from them through the documents and contracts, that is done inside of Prestige Rep as well. So the process can be really streamlined. So you want to audit your process, your sales process, and see if there's a few steps you can eliminate and make the buying process much easier for your customer. So that is the action step for days 22 through 30. So phase 2, which a lot of people like to jump straight to, they want to go straight to the marketing and run ads, but you got to make sure your internal foundation is solid, because you don't want to put more fuel on the fire of a broken system if you don't have those things in place. Phase 2, marketing foundations and attracting strangers. This is what's going to allow you to increase the lead volume into your business and get more referrals and all that stuff. So let's go through that right now. Days 31 through 35, you want to make sure you have a textable business phone number set up. You want to set up a dedicated textable business phone number if you don't have one for your business. A lot of people are still using their cell phones for their business. Do not give out your personal number. So Prestige Rep allows you to be very professional right out of the gate with a textable business phone number, and all of the calls and conversations come directly into the platform and the mobile app you get with Prestige Rep. So all of your business conversations are in one location. Yeah, you want to ensure all calls and texts are accessible via the mobile app and desktop, and acquire and set up a textable business phone number is your action step. Next thing is you want to develop and refine your logo if you have one. If you don't, I highly recommend it. There are multiple ways to get a logo. You want to ensure your logo is compelling, memorable, and reflective of your brand. If needed, you can hire a graphic designer in your local area. You can hire one of our virtual assistants to create you a compelling logo for you. And the last thing, or recently, what I've been telling people is go straight to ChatGPT and have it create a logo for you. I just have a client who started a new company right now, and that's exactly what they did. Logo looks fantastic. And so just log in, tell ChatGPT what your business is about, what you're looking for. Or if you don't even have an idea, it'll just spit out some ideas for you and give you some great logos. That's really what I'm going to start telling people from now on. There's so much you can do with AI. That's for another day to go over that. But you want to make sure you have a logo. You don't want to just have your company name or just be flying blind without one. Your logo, at least from the beginning, is what people are going to start recognizing your brand for and what your business is about. So you want to make sure that you do have a logo. You want to optimize your website, ensure that you have the essential pages for your website. You want to have a home page with a clear call to action. What do you want people to do when they hit your website? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to book an appointment? Do you want them to fill out a survey? Are they applying for something? What is the step you want your visitors to take and see when they visit your website? You want to have a home page, about us page, talk about you and what your business is about, services and products, contact information, testimonials, and reviews. So these are the kind of your essential foundation of a basic website. You can have the forms from Prestige Rep onto your website, as well as the testimonials and reviews. So getting that set up is critical. And you want to focus on the user experience, mobile friendliness, and have a clear value proposition. So your action step for those days are to review and optimize all essential website components. All right, so moving on to the next step is your Google business profile, days 55 through 51. You want to claim and fully complete your Google business profile with accurate information like your name, address, and phone number. This is an SEO tip. You want to make sure the name of your business, the address of your business, and the phone number of your business all match. That is a quick SEO tip I'll tell you there. You want to make sure that they all are reading the same thing. You want to have your Google business profile set up, and then you want to actively encourage and manage customer reviews. You can get this set up automatically inside of Prestige. You can also reply to reviews inside of Prestige. We have AI can actually read the reviews that are left and they can actually reply. So remember the customer I talked about earlier who had the review request go out every 24 hours. They have AI actually respond to those reviews every day as well. It is working wonders for them and is all set up automatically. It's a fantastic process. So you want to ensure your Google business profile is fully optimized and begin actively seeking reviews. Let's go to the next step. You want to make sure that your social media accounts are set up. You want to create or optimize Facebook and Instagram. You really want to make sure that you have business pages for your business specifically where you can just constantly post content about your business. You want to make sure that you have business pages for Facebook and Instagram, at least to get you started. You want to start developing a content strategy for these platforms, talking about posts, stories, reels. We give you 7-day sequence of things you can post, posting ideas, and your 3 power content things that you should be posting. We give you a list of 20 different ideas that you can post and put it on the schedule. You'll be good to go. Days 56 through 60, you want to make sure that you have the gap video, your brand story, and the what to expect video. You want to make sure you have those scripted, recorded, and launched within the first 60 days. When you understand your customer base, these videos are really easy. We give you the actual script that you can plug and play and record those 3 videos. All right, so phase 3. All right, so post-sale engagement and long-term delight phase. So this is days 61 through 90. The final phase focuses on maximizing customer lifetime value by perfecting your post-sale service and building a system for consistent engagement and referrals. This is the key This closes the loop of your flywheel system and will completely increase the profitability of your business, as well as it will drastically help you leapfrog your competitors. Pay attention to this section. So first section, we want to talk about the customer onboarding process. In software, there's an easy definition of customer onboarding. Once you buy the software, what happens after the fact. But within other industries, there are an onboarding process that after someone purchases your product or service, what happens after that? This is a good time to audit that process and look at that and see if there is something that you're missing, or you can optimize to make the onboarding after someone just gave you money, as a lot of times when they feel the most regret. So this is your opportunity to reassure them that they made a great decision and that everything is going to be just fine going forward. You can develop a welcome guide, welcome them to your family and inside your business, a guide or a video for your new customers. You can outline the first steps for the customers to achieve early success with your product or service. And then you can implement automated check-in messages a few days after purchase. 3 days later, 7 days later, 14 days later, fire out these messages. Also, days 61 through 70, we want to develop an upsell and cross-sell strategy. You want to identify 2 to 3 complementary products or services that you offer that will benefit your existing customers. You want to plan an automated follow-ups to introduce these offers at the right time. Offer an upsell right when someone has purchased, unless it's really complementary to what they're buying at this time. But a lot of times, a month down the road, 2 months, 3 months, a year, if need be, you can introduce something else to that customer that would be complementary to what they already previously bought. Quite a few different ways to do this, but this is an opportunity to look at your services and think about what else would this customer need to be successful with our products and services, or it's just a natural elevation to the next level of your products or services. You want to think about upsells and cross-sell strategy in that time frame. And the days 71 through 80, you want to identify and fix service gaps. So you want to review your recent customers that are coming in, whether you do it through support tickets or feedback or your reviews that you're getting, or just customer interactions in general. You want to identify any common issues or slow response times from your staff. You want to tighten those things up, and you want to improve your communication flow and response speed times. And you can do that potentially through automation. And automation is set up to reply to them so that they know you received the form and someone will reach out to them as soon as possible. Or you just want to look at your customer interactions you've had over this time and fix any gaps that you might have. Maybe take this time to do some proper training with the staff and clean some things up. Next is the $5 ad strategies. This is part of the marketing. Is you want to turn your best organic social media content that you've previously posted, and you want to turn those into paid ads. And you want to retarget people who watch at least 25% of your power content. We'll go over that in depth inside of the program, so this will be a good time to go back and reference that and fully understand and make sure that your power content is out there and you have your retargeting set up to keep yourself top of mind and you have your brand in front of the right people. Next section is you want to automate post-sale and follow-up. You want to schedule automated check-ins at 7 days, 30 days, 90 days post-sale, if that makes sense for your business. Even further out than that, there are some businesses that I can think of like home services or like attorneys who may be selling the service today, but that customer may not need something else for 2, 4, 5 years down the road. But you want to keep yourself top of mind, and so you can set up automations to go out and send out reminders to those individuals years in the future. You set it up once, it just continues your flywheel over the course of time. That's what we want to do here. We want to build businesses that last. We don't want to just do the next marketing hack or the next gimmick. We want to make sure we have a complete system in place that's going to help you years in the future, that's going to pay dividends year after year. So that's what we do inside the Growth Flywheel System. Next section is you want to implement feedback and collection. You want to set up a simple, quick survey to gather customer feedback. establish a process for reviewing feedback and implementing changes. You want to communicate improvements back to the customers. This goes into your audit, your customer communication. You want to look at that and make sure that you have a feedback collection process. A lot of that is done through your review process, but sometimes you can create just a quick survey. That's a little bit different than asking for a review. The survey can ask more deeper questions about specific products or services, and that way you can get some actual feedback based upon if there's any improvements that need to be adjusted in your sales process or post-sales process. That's an opportunity to understand if you need to shorten something, if there's too many steps, or someone was confused about what to do next or how to implement something. Having those surveys will help you understand where in your product or sales process that you can get a little bit. Next thing is here, you want to design a referral program. You want to create a clear incentive for referrals, whether that's discount, VIP access, or exclusive perks for people that are referred to you. You want to ensure the sharing process is simple and easy, whether it's just a referral link that you can give to people, past customers, to say, hey, do you know family and friends? If so, send them this link and it'll go back to your website, and then you can track your referrals through that process. So inside of Prestige Rep, we do have a full-fledged affiliate program, which for local businesses, it's a referral program. Online businesses, we call it an affiliate program. But inside of that platform, it's in the client portal section for you guys to go check. But inside of the affiliate program is an opportunity to give your people who are going to refer you a link that they can send out to family and friends or people that they know. And when they click that link and come to your website, the affiliate program tracks everything as far as them coming to your website. And if they purchase, if you want to give your referrers commission, you can do that as well. It's a great way to keep track of everything, and people who are referring you business can actually log in and see what type of sales that they're generating for you. That's another side of the business that really can take it to different levels and different angles for you. So you want to think about that process and how you're getting referrals and what type of incentive are you giving people to refer people to you. You want to develop a plan to promote your referral program across all channels. So not only is it important to have a program, but you actually want to tell your customers and outside strangers about your referral program, because it may be an incentive to come and do some business with you. You want to look at ways to develop and promote your referral program in the process. Ongoing activities. So this is 90 days and beyond. Once you get the system going, you want to always tweak and refine it and continue adding to it to spin your flywheel quicker and faster. You want to do consistent content creation and regularly create and distribute valuable content across your website, social media, and email newsletters. Consider hosting webinars if that's appropriate for your industry, Q&A sessions just like this, or creating helpful content, videos that address customer challenges. You want to review management, continuously monitor and respond to reviews on Google Business Profile, social media, and other relevant platforms, actively request reviews from satisfied customers. The review process is an absolute game changer once you have it set up. So it is one of those things that everyone knows they need more reviews, but getting them can sometimes be difficult. Going and asking your customers or chasing your customers around to leave you a review can get cumbersome, and that's why having it automated in the system makes it so much easier. It takes that process off your plate. It's automated. It's just done. And if you set up the review, AI will reply to it, which actually helps your Google ranking, because Google sees that you're, one, getting more reviews, and two, you're actually responding to those reviews. So it is one of those kind of secret sales strategies that isn't really paid much attention to by your competitors, but it's one of those things that's going to catapult you. Next thing is you want to do a data analysis. Regularly review insights from your website, Google Business Profile, social media, and sales data to refine your strategies. We talk about KPIs inside the program, so you'll probably want to revisit that section of the program and understand what KPIs you should be tracking and if you're on point or not, and what may or may not need to be tweaked. Continuous improvement The growth flywheel is an ongoing process. It's one of those things that's never finished, never complete, always refining. But when you have a step-by-step system and understanding exactly what sections you need to be focusing on, it makes it so much easier to go back and reference and make sure that you're staying on point. You want to always seek to improve each phase based on customer feedback and your performance metrics, which are your KPIs that we talked about. By diligently following this 90-day action plan, you will build a robust growth flywheel system that continuously attracts, engages, and delights your customers, leading to sustainable growth. If you love this 90-day action plan, that's just the start. Inside the Growth Flywheel System, you'll get step-by-step training, the Prestige Rep software, weekly live Q&A calls, a supportive community, and the full blueprint to attract, engage, and delight your customers. Click the link below or go to yourfirstflywheel.com to get started, and let's build your growth flywheel together.